Good afternoon and welcome, Warrior Nation, to today's junior varsity volleyball match between the visiting Gardiner Tigers and your own Nokomis Warriors. This is Nate Roach on the air with you in the booth of Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting, overlooking the beautiful new gym floor of the new Nokomis Regional High School, Newport, Maine. After some technical difficulties on the scoreboard side, as you can notice, the scoreboard is not really lit up right now, but Athletic Director Mark Babin helping tend to that. And scoreboard keeper Terry Murray over there. Looks like it's back on now. The officials will eventually let us know when it's all ready to go and start the match with a whistle. On the far side, official Sheridan Davis, and in the lead official chair, or ladder, is Mila Kreider. So, Gardiner Tigers have won the coin toss and have the first serve. This is number 18, Grace Plord. It's a nice serve to begin things. The final hit by Kylie Boardman, whacked into the net. Side out, Nokomis Warriors, and Rachel Creswell with the serve. That's a good serve as well. Put right back over to the Warriors side. Batchelder bumps that over the net, but out of bounds. Side out Tigers. And number 23, Kylie Boardman with the serve. Ooh, somewhat backwards set there by Tiana Curry. Point to the Tigers. Boardman's second serve deflects off the net. A little bump upwards by Julie Vance, but not high enough to allow a teammate time to get to it. Boardman's third serve finds the floor, but not across the net. Julie Vance to serve for the Warriors. Well struck. Vance with that bump. Batchelder gets it over. Played by Gardiner, though it could have gone out there. Ball into the net, and unable to make a play on it was number 10, Yana Montel. Another serve for Vance. It's a good serve. The bump. Three bumps in a row. Trying to make a play at the net. And Curry was there for a block. However, I believe she touched the net, and that's going to go against the Warriors. Side out Gardiner, and Yana Montel to serve. Cresswell, Hall, and Batchelder. Batchelder with a kill. As that ball not handled well by Gardiner. And already a substitution coming in for the Warriors. Alexis Grignan out. And Curry out. On the floor now is Courtney Wheaton, as well as number 6, Mia Gilly. Wheaton to serve. Oh, nice strong strike, but it goes too far. It's out of bounds. So side out Gardiner, and Alana Layton's serving. Batchelder's hit into the net. Next service by Layton, coming right up. Addie Hall, Batchelder. Layton deplored. Advance to Batchel there. Third hit coming. Nice left-handed spike by Gilly. Gilly with that bump and put over by Wheaton. Floored to Harrington. Oh, nice kill. Managed to get the home court advantage, if you will. Getting that nice deflection off the net to go over. That's a hard one to field on the other side. And so now Cadence Batchelder will serve for the Warriors. That's good. Third hit by Montel. Juliana Montel, that is. Third hit by Creswell. Floored puts that over for Gardiner. Floored to Harrington. Gilly's there at the net, but Harrington wasn't able to put it over anyway. But the block was ready if needed. Nice serve by Batchelder. Gives Gardiner trouble. Scrambling for that, even out of bounds. Good effort, but nothing doing. It's a point for the Warriors. That serve fielded by Layton, but smacked into her teammate. It's another point for the Warriors. A little mini run of serves ends there. Side out, Gardiner, who now trail just by 1, 7-8. Juliana Montel with the serve. Harrington at the net. Wheaton with that bump. Gardiner returns. Hall sets up Gilly. Nice spike. There's a whistle on that. I did not quite catch the infraction, but it could have been a player crossing the 10-foot line. Or crossing the center line, as official Mr. Davis is pointing out there. So it is a side out to the Warriors with Addison Hall to serve. No good. Side out. And number 0, Ashlyn Harrington, to serve now for Gardiner. That's another strong serve. Close to the line, but over. So that's an out-of-bounds serve. Point to the Warriors, who bring on a couple subs, as both Alexis Grignan and Tiana Curry will check back into the game. And it's Grignan's turn to serve. Foot fault as she steps on the line with that, but it goes out anyway. Substitution as number 4, Nevaeh Frith comes on for Gardiner. And number 29, Katrina Blakowski. Number 18, Grace Plord to serve. That's an ace. Warrior teammates communicating as though that was going out, but it did not. Hard one to judge. So the ace for Grace. Her third serve goes out of bounds. Back around to Cresswell for the serve. That ball's over, and a finish by Montel finds the empty floor just behind Curry. Now Kylie Boardman with her second round of serves. Boardman with the bump. Set up. It's put down by Montel. However, she was either in the net or over the center line. So ball goes to the Warriors. And Julie Vance to serve. Batchelder bumps it right over. Good get by Hall and Cresswell. Back to the Warriors side over Curry, just unable to block it, and that may have thrown off Hall, who had to make a last-minute effort at the dig. So Harrington's back on the court for Gardiner, and number 10, Yana Montel back to serve. Cresswell, then Frith, sorry. Side out to the Warriors, and a couple subs coming back on. Wheaton to serve. Right to the back row, who gets it straight over. Batchelder back to Gardiner's back row. Little miscommunication between Montel and Frith. So deflected off of Gardiner. Point to the Warriors. Just ahead by 2 now, 14-12. There's an ace for Courtney Wheaton. Finding the blank. The empty spot on the court. Got to just hit it where they ain't. Another strong driven serve. Boardman's third hit attempt just gets into the net. That serve a bit too strong for Wheaton. More substitutions as Gardiner rotates, and Layton is back on to serve. Vance calls it. Flord sets up. Montel puts it over. Hall to Batchelder. Montel not quite tall enough to put that one over. Side out Warriors, and Cadence Batchelder with her second service. Ball's into the net. Point Warriors. That serve right into the net. Side out Tigers. And it's Juliana Montel. Nice strong serve, deflected backwards by Batchelder. Not much of a chance to recover that. She's like, but I tried. I know I have to use both hands. All right. Talking to Coach Sherry Dubé on the sideline. Good play there, and put over by Wheaton. Good teamwork by Gardiner there as well. Addie puts it up high for Gilly. Harrington puts that over, but out of bounds. Side out, Warriors. This Warrior JV squad comes in with a 4-3 record. Gardiner's JV squad 3-3. So it could be a fairly even matchup, as the scoreboard would indicate as well. That serve no good by Hall, and it's side out. Ashlyn Harrington with a strong one. Wheaton. Vance gets that over. Off the top of the net and stays on Gardiner's side. Side out Warriors. Ashley Clark on the scorekeeper's bench, keeping track of these substitutions as the official helps out with that. Looks like maybe a little hurt knee or ankle action for Julie Vance there. The trainer Bob Kreider can have a look at that and get things squared away. Coach Dubé checking the floor. Perhaps maybe she spun her knee or there was some blood, so they're just checking that. So Alexis Grignan will serve for the Warriors once we resume play. Gardiner Tigers JV squad is coached by Scott McNeil and assisted by the varsity coach Tiffany Grover. Here we go. Short serve there. Side out to Gardiner. Grace Plord coming up with the serve. Ooh, good placement there. It's just enough over Tiana Curry and just enough under or landing before Batchelder could get a piece of that. That's an ace for Grace Plord. Her second. Sarah Hubbard there in the setter position for the Warriors. Unable to get the third hit over. Just filling in momentarily for Vance, who's back. Perhaps it was just an issue with her knee pad or knee wrap. Next serve for Plord. It's a good one. Good bump by Grignan. Well, from this angle it looked good, but that was a little too far wide for Vance to get a hold of. And we're tied at 20 in this set that goes to 25. I believe that ball was untouched, but it did land in. So in more ways than one, it's an ace. An ace for Grace. Hard hit off the ceiling. It's perfectly legal to play, but that one was a bit tough to make a play on as it came back down with as much velocity or more as it went up. In a different direction. Another strong serve by Plord. Another ace. It's the Warriors calling timeout on that as they're now down 23-20, and Gardiner's just 2 points away from winning this first set. The JV matches are just a best of 3 sets. The first 2 sets being played to 25, and the third one, if necessary, just to 15 points. So stay tuned for the varsity matchup later. That'll be a best of 5. Some good play by both teams. I think the quality of serve plaguing some, keeping from some consistency in the game. Great return by Hall. That kill finds its way between the Nokomis defense by Jana Montel. Another serve by Plord. Game point. And that bumps out of control. And that's game number 1, or set 1, to Gardiner, 25-20. Have a couple minutes or so between sets. We'll throw the score up there for you. Pleased to bring you volleyball action on this last day of March. Women's History Month. It's been a good month for volleyball, which would typically be played in the fall, but we bring to you, by way of COVID shutdowns, we bring you this season in the spring. You see there, set 1 going to Gardiner, 25-20. The Warriors have their final home game today. And they'll be honoring their seniors later in the varsity game. They have two matches to go. They'll be playing Brewer at Brewer, who's a very strong team that beat the Warriors here on their home floor. And then they'll finish up at Gardiner next week. The officials getting the lineup from the coach. The Warriors come out, ready to play. Just waiting for Gardiner to join them. So Warriors should have the first serve for set number 2. Rachel Cresswell waiting to do the honors. She only had 2 chances at services in the first game, but one was an ace. First serve in this one is good. Put over by Vance. Gilly to Vance, back to Gilly. Gilly backs up for that. Cresswell, third, it's got to go over, and it does. Plord setting it across the court. Good attempt on that. Harrington with the first hit that went straight up, but not really forwards. Plord had to come back for it. Hurt a little bit of skin against the floor on that one. Ouchie. So, that was a good long volley. Point goes to the Warriors. Ace for Cresswell in her second serve. Montel trying for that dig, but it spiraled out of bounds. It was a nice long serve to that same Montel. Third hit needs to go over. It just makes it, and the tip off the net makes it a little too unpredictable, and Vance unable to get that. Side out Gardiner. Plord, who was the serving star in the first set. Now with a real zinger. the back line. Batchelder got it up and back in bounds, but not over. Good play on the Gardiner side by Boardman and team. Plourd's next serve, handled by Cresswell. Boardman in the finish by Frith. Gilly finishes this one. Yana Montel with the kill for Gardiner. Nice finish by Batchelder. Vance pops it over. Montel strikes it backwards, and then Harrington unable to compensate. Side out Warriors. Tying the game at 3, and Julie Vance to serve. Handled in the front row by Boardman, and she puts the third hit over. Right to the middle of the floor on that shot by Cresswell. Oh, that's over off the net. And Hall kind of goes flying into the net on that as well. Side out to Gardiner. Kylie Boardman serving. Drops her first toss, and here we go with the second. That ball hit the ceiling, I guess, on the third hit. So that goes back to Gardiner. The placement is a little bit off for the Warriors today on some of these sets, or one's just going too close to the net or whatever. They're not able to finish their volleys. That serve goes out of bounds, and it's side out Warriors, now down by 1. Mia Gilly usually has good serves. And there's one. It's an ace. Deflected out by Grace Plourde. Warriors pull even. Frith sets up. And what a recovery by Montel. Sort of backwards over her head. Frith to Montel. Sort of jumping into that, but unable to put it over. Here's Gilly. That's on the Warriors side. Good communication. It's going out of bounds. They all shout, it's out. Nice serve by Gilly. Montel misses the put over there. Fifth serve for Gilly. Wheaton puts that down. Nice kill by Courtney Wheaton. Giving another point to the Warriors. It's a good run. 6 points in a row, and Gardiner takes a timeout. As the teams take a timeout, we'll not pause for station identification, but we'll thank some of our sponsors. Starting with Casa Cattle Farm Store at 207-249-2191. Get yourself some great fresh beef, pork, lamb, chicken, and eggs at 141 Nokomis Road in Corinna. And the Palmyra Golf Course and Campground at 147 Lang Hill Road in Palmyra. Call them at 207-938-4947. Getting more nice spring weather. You want to get out there and golf. It's a lovely place to be as the grass gets greener and greener. Gardiner potentially trying to get some subs. No, they didn't have to sub as their player came back from the trainer's room. Grace Plord is back on the floor. Got to stop setting up tongue twisters for myself. And Gilly's sixth serve is good and ends up being an ace. There's only one Tiger touches it. Frith puts it up, waiting for Yana Montel to put it down, but it falls down. Another point to the Warriors. Up by 6 now. Another great serve by Gilly. Gilly gets the first hit. To Hall, to Wheaton. Nice top spin on that. Hall with the high bump. Wheaton finishes that. It's on the line and in. Good get. Those are certainly hard to judge when you're right there. Ball's coming at you. You might feel like it's out of bounds. But no. Ooh. That one had the velocity, but not the height. But a great run of 9 serves in a row for Mia Gilly. Now Yana Montel to serve. The low bump by Vance just goes under the net. Montel again. Cresswell to Hall. This one's got to go over. Vance gets it. Plord trying to put that third hit over from the back row. Cadence Batchelder's first serve. Vance with the final hit for the Warriors there to earn a point. Good get by Cresswell there for the Warriors. Seemed to be a little confusion on their last play. Harrington tries to put it down, but her spike doesn't quite have the down spin and goes out of bounds. Point to the Warriors and Batchelder to serve again. Now up 16-8. Oh, that's got power. And Montel's hit there goes out of bounds. Oh, nice turnaround and kill by Courtney Wheaton. Batchelder's fourth serve. Too strong. She could have been 6 feet further back and made that one, I think. Had nice velocity and arc, but too hard. So side out Gardiner. Number 15, Alana Layton to serve. Wheaton puts it down. And the return goes out of bounds. Side out, Warriors. Addison Hall to serve. That one is short. Didn't really take her time with that one. She could have perhaps got a better toss, but it's side out to Gardiner. Down by 9. Juliana Montel's serve also short. And now Courtney Wheaton might try and finish this out for the Warriors, needing 5 to win set number 2. That's a strong one, and lands on the line. Once again, an ace for the Warriors. Harrington with the third hit. Sort of handcuffs Batchelder. Going overhead for the bump, but it's side out. And Ashlyn Harrington to serve. Good bump by Hall. Cresswell. Vance puts it over. And it's side out Warriors, needing just 3 to close out this set and tie up the match. Back around to Rachel Cresswell to serve. That's a good one. Boardman and Montel worked it now on the Warriors side, and a miss hit by Grignan. Side out to Gardner, and Grace Plord to serve. She had some good ones in the first set. Try and see if she can lead her team to a comeback here. And that first serve is an ace. Look kind of like what we'd call a heavy shot in soccer or hockey. Get some weight behind it. Oh, another pinball deflections on the Warriors side. Second point in a row for Plord. Nice finish for Wheaton. Gilly to Vance. Good third hit by Gardner there. Ooh, and the Warriors' third hit goes into the net this time. So Plord serving again. Deflects off the net. Good deflection by Grignan and great effort by Hall to dive and try and keep that in play. But it was not enough. Strong bump by Hall there. That's a little reaction shot by Grignan. Unable to play it was Gilly. It is indeed quite a little run for the Tigers. With Grace Plord's great serving. And there's an ace. That serve goes into the net. It's side out Warriors, needing just 2 to finish off set number 2, up 23-18. Julie Vance to serve. Nice serve there. And deflections off of Gardner's. Katrina Blakowski to Plord, unable to put it over. This is game point for the Warriors. And miscommunication on the Gardner side between Blakowski and Frith. gives the Warriors set number 2, 25-18. So that ties up this match. The JVs will go to just the third game. That will go to a score of 15 or win by 2. There you see our scores so far. 25-20 was Gardiner's win in set 1, and Nokomis taking this one 25-18. We'll be back in a moment. And we're back out for the tiebreaker. Warriors hoping to put the last home game away with a win. Gardiner, having won the coin toss at the beginning of the match, has the first serve now in the third and deciding set. And so far their superstar server, Grace Blord, to begin. Oh, my bad, that's number 15, Alana Layton. I'm sure Grace Blord will be back at it soon enough. But Layton will have the first serve. As the officials double check the rosters and the starting 6. Game's underway. Curry to Vance. Harrington looking for that third hit, but unable to catch up to it. Side out Warriors. Put a substitution on right away. But Cresswell to start out serving for the Warriors. Oh, Vance unable to put that third hit over. And Juliana Montel with her first serve of this set. Wheaton to Grignan. Oh, that one sort of went the wrong direction. Hall, nice save by Grignan. Third hit's got to go over. Wheaton gets it. And then Kylie Boardman puts that out of bounds. Side out Warriors. Each point at a premium when you're only going till 15. Vance's serve, deflected out of bounds. Point Warriors. Got a strong serve. Deflected by Blakowski and a couple of their Tigers. Blakowski, Boardman, Layton puts it over. Cresswell with the call. Two teammates converge there on the Tiger side. Ooh, and again on the Warriors side, causing a bit of hesitation for that hit by Wheaton. Side out Gardiner. And Ashlyn Harrington to serve. Oh, it looked like it might not make it over, but it deflects right off the top of the net, and that's an ace for Harrington. Oh, what a kill by Boardman. Warriors unable to handle that. Boy, if that was the rule back in my day, when I played some gym class volleyball and intramurals, how many of my serves deflected off the net? Could have had a bunch more aces. The record books would certainly look different than they do now. Actually, it wouldn't, because there is no record book. All right, another serve by Harrington. Goes short. Okay, as Mia Gilly is substituted in, she will have the service. Deflected backwards by Frith, and Layton tries to make a play. It's out. Serve to the front row. Frith, put over by Boardman, and out of bounds. Point for the Warriors, giving them a lead. Gilly's third serve goes into the net. Side out, Gardiner, and now their big server, Grace Plord, comes up. Cresswell with the bump, but it lands out of bounds. Ace by Grace Plord. The third serve, Wheaton deflects backwards, Vance and Cresswell trying to get there. Now this run by Plord already has brought Gardiner ahead by 3, and the Warriors will take a timeout. Both teams have 2 timeouts per set. That's the Warriors first, as you might note on the scoreboard. This broadcast sponsored by A.E. Robinson Oil Company at 60 Newport Road in Corinna. Call 278-4626. Also, Nor'easter Game Calls. Contact Mark Buzzell for your custom game call needs. Get them in close. Go to nor'eastergamecalls.com for information and orders. So Plord resumes the serve with another one that foibles the Warriors, using all 3 hits to deflect it out of bounds. to refocus, turn the side out, and get this game going back the Warrior way. Third hit by Hall, makes it over. Harrington to Frith, that's over. Oh, that one is going out. So called by the Warriors, and it is out, side out, Nokomis. Cadence Batchelder coming in, and it's her serve. Good serve, handled by Boardman. Across the court to Layton, who puts it out of bounds behind her. Poor form, looked like you could kind of tell just as soon as the toss got out of her hand, that one wasn't going to do well. So it's side out, Gardiner. And Boardman with the serve. Left-handed serve there, makes it over. And Wheaton's return goes out of bounds. Bump by Cresswell goes over. Cresswell, high one. Third hit, makes it over. Good spike by Wheaton. Montel putting that back over again for Gardiner. Then Layton on that one. Substitution for the Warriors, who have the side out, and Sarah Hubbard coming in. And this will be her first serve, now in the third set. Good underhand serve. Ooh, it was close, but it's out. Side out to Gardiner now at game point, up 14-10. It's unfortunate the Warriors couldn't have had more of a run on their serves in that match, but that has seemed to be their plague so far today, other than a nice run of serves by Mia Gilly in the second game. Here it is. Cresswell handles it. Cresswell again. Set by Layton. Boardman. And a call against Gardiner. Gives the ball to the Warriors. Courtney Wheaton to serve. And had some force. Montel puts it over. Vance. Rakowski to Montel. Vance gets that over. Vance again. Directly with the cross-court kill. Julie Vance. Warriors within 2. But they'll have to win this game by 2, needing at least 16 if they're going to be able to take this set and the match. Wheaton puts it over, but it's out of bounds. And unfortunately, that settles the set and the match. 15-2 for the Gardiner Tigers. 15-12 for the Gardiner Tigers, who take the JV match in 3 games, 2 games to 1. So we thank you for tuning in to today's JV volleyball match. As you can see, Gardiner took set 1, 25-20. The Nokomis turned it around in set 2, 25-18, before dropping it 15-12 in set 3. All in all, some good JV action. Varsity squads will come out for warm-ups and perhaps some of the senior game honors going on. We'll see if maybe that's something to get some footage of, some close-ups of the posters that were made, I'm sure, by teammates on the far wall as well. Glad to be able to do some honors like this as varsity coach Katie Myers holding a rose for Ali Grozick and I presume her mother. Sweet to be able to take a photo together for the senior match. Warriors have 5 seniors to be honored today. Always an emotional time as those 4 years go so quick. Next up was Riley Donovan and her dad. Next will be Erin Bean, number 6. With her folks. That's a nice flower exchange there, giving them a rose and gaining a little bouquet. Next up, Nancy and Paula Dauphiné. We'll pose for a photo with Coach Sherry Dubé, who was one of the coaches along with Julie Moulton that helped start this program, and both Dauphinés have been there that whole way. The seniors posing with varsity coach Kate Myers before the JV match. The varsity squad and then just the seniors were taking some poses on the Nokomis front steps there. So making it a memorable day. We'll be pleased to come back and bring you the varsity matchup. scheduled to start at 5 after these teams warm up.
Hello and welcome to Nokomis Regional High for Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting's presentation of Nokomis Warrior Volleyball. I'm Ryan Bell alongside color commentator Nathan Roach, and tonight we have your very own Nokomis Warriors taking on the Tigers of Gardiner High School in what should be quite the matchup. Gardiner with just one loss on the year, Nokomis sitting at 4-3, both very strong sides with good players. and we are just about ready to get underway. What are your thoughts on tonight's match, Mr. Roach?
I think the Warriors will come out strong, if not a bit emotional, it being their senior game, last home game of the season. Want to go out continuing to have that winning record. And but indeed, as you said, you can see a pretty strong matchup. You can even kind of feel it during warm-ups from Gardiner there. But the Warriors have won the coin toss, so here we go.
Abby Brown to start serving. And we are just about to get underway. Here's the first serve of the game. Out the back, unlucky there. And that's a tough start if you're the Warriors. Brown, a major source of points for that Warrior squad coming off of first serves, and to have that first one fly out of bounds is quite unlucky. Gruber sends it across. Now it's set up by Brown and over by Walker. Donovan getting the start. Senior night. Grozick finds the back corner and levels us up at 1 early on.
Booyah, you hate to give away that first point, especially when you're expecting a good run of serves. I think maybe that pregame adrenaline was serving as far as how far it went out of bounds.
And so it's going to be, like I mentioned, Riley Donovan getting the start. I believe because of senior night, but it does look like Paula Dolphine is on the bench, actually. So it'll be interesting to see what the rotations are tonight. Maybe Donovan's earned her spot into the starting lineup. Maybe Dolphine is having injury trouble, is not entirely sure. And the serve there by Gardiner goes into the net. That was Daisy McNeil. And you mentioned senior night. If you take a look at the far right wall over the Warriors, maybe a bit difficult to see. You can see some posters made by the players, for the players, sharing them on, looking to go out, like you said, with a winning record, although there is likely going to be a playoff format similar to basketball in some sort of pod scenario, and it looks like it'll be the same pod. So if that holds true, it'll be Nokomis, Brewer, Hamden, and Bangor, although I'm not sure Bangor has a volleyball team. I could be wrong about that. But that's what it's looking like at the moment, as far as I understand it.
Certainly. The Warriors will have 2 games to go, one this Friday at Brewer and the next Tuesday at Gardiner to finish up their 10 games.
This is looking like it's going to be a closely contested one right off the bat. Gruber is going to head to the bench, obviously a sizable player, part of that Gardiner girls basketball team that won the pod championship over Lawrence just a month or two ago. And, just as far as athletic ability goes, you'd expect her to be one of the better players here for this Gardiner squad. And I'll be interested to see the matchup there with Grozick going at Gruber at the net.
I'm sure she'll be back in for sure when it's her turn to be in the front row.
For sure. Right now it's Gilly in the front, and we see that when Grozick heads to the back. Gilly kind of holds down the center. Walker is also up front with her. And the serve here from Gardiner is going to be into the net. Not sure if there's a jersey swap, but
could be. Number 30 will look for her to turn around because these Gardiner taggers do have the names on the back. That's Grady, looks like.
I believe that is Grady, who's also not even on the roster. So we'll throw her on real quick. Serve goes across by Nancy Dolphine. Diving stop up by Grozick and across from Gilly. Set up now by McNeil. And over, blocked at the net by Gilly. Gardiner able to pull it back. Brown bumps it up. It's going to go across Donovan. A little miscommunication there by Donovan and Brown. And so Gardiner keep it. Keep the serve, that is. And also get the point.
Yeah, Captain Rihanna Heath with the serve.
And sent across by Walker. Well done there. Grady sets it up. And tipped over the hands of Gilly. That was Folsom who did that. And Nokomis get the point. We are even at 5 here early in this first set. It's gone back and forth. Neither side able to get any kind of big run of serves. No aces yet either for either side, I believe. And that one flies out of bounds.
like what I always say about volleyball, it sure has its ups and downs.
It sure does, and oftentimes we do see like an early. Oh, I missed your joke there, didn't I?
And also it's backs and forths. So there you go.
Well, what I was gonna say though is, oftentimes we see early on in these volleyball matches, teams struggle to find their rhythm, even though they do get quite a lengthy warm-up time. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about volleyball, but it does seem like a lengthy warm-up time to get about 9 minutes per team, get the entire court, as well as some other warm-up time before that.
Sure.
But Mia Gilly had a couple of serves in a row here. Nokomis lead 8-5. Again, with that interesting serving technique, just pushes it across. They're able to return the serve. Gilly sets it up herself to Brown. She's got to go across. Donovan does the job. Set up there by Frith. And blocked by Grozic at the net.
Great block, making use of that height. And it is a little bit surprising that Gruber hasn't checked back into the game to kind of take her on up front.
Very interesting. Another good serve there. McNeil. Crossed by Frith. And it's going to hit the line. A little celebration there from the Tigers.
Side out Tigers won that close one. Those are tough to tell when you're on the court, as we've mentioned in previous games too. It might be coming at you and you think you know where it is, but.
And it's also interesting, the flaggers on the side are Nokomis junior varsity players. So there's not official flaggers, which oftentimes I hear leads to a little bit of home court bias. That one was a little bit too far within the line to swing the Warriors' way. And so Gardiner get the serve. And once again, we have Yana Montel, a freshman. And we're going to have a good time here distinguishing between Yana Montel and Juliana Montel, which I assume are sisters. One a freshman, one a junior. And so they don't make it easy for us here in the broadcasting booth. But we will do our best. If you hear Montel, just know it's one of them.
As I'm sure other announcers might do with our Dauphinés.
Yes. Absolutely, a little bit easier when they are home players. Get a little bit of time to adjust. And now it's Donovan on the serve for the Warriors. Miss hits that one.
Narrowly missing Sheridan Davis,
Yeah.
the official.
And the other official tonight is Mila Kreider on the far side. Any Warrior fans may know. Wife to trainer Bob Kreider, who's also in attendance tonight.
Yeah, there's been a few one-and-dones as far as these services.
For sure. Grozic.
There's another one, not to jinx anyone, but we want to see a run for the Warriors, and so far Mia Gilly had the only one, 4 serves in a row.
That's really kept this match close. Gruber on the back line now. She'll have the serve. So unable to contest at the net for now. Gilly, I should say, tried to send that one back. Didn't get enough on it.
Yeah, blocked there by Yana Montel.
So it's another serve for Gruber. Jump serve, similar to Abby Brown's technique. Pushed across by
Walker.
Yeah, that's slipped my mind for a minute there. And Walker does it again, sends it over. Gruber digs it up, sent across by Grady. Dauphiné sets it back. Donovan sends it across. Set up now. Gilly going for the block. Brown sets it up beautifully, but I believe Gilly did get a little fingertip on the net.
So scarce.
Ever so close, but you did see the ripple in the net. That one kind of gave it away for her. So that draws us even at 12 with Gruber continuing this run of serves. And I jinxed her right there. So that ends the run of serves.
Ball into the floor.
Yeah. And so Melissa Walker to serve, and Gruber's going to head right back out. So unlike Gardiner basketball, it doesn't seem as if Gruber is an integral player on that squad.
Yeah, perhaps she is just known for her serving prowess, which we did just witness.
Which is very interesting. It's possible that this could be one of her first years playing volleyball. We've seen that a lot with the switch in season. There's a lot of new players out there for multiple schools. There's a lot of athletic ability, but not so much, volleyball-specific skill, as it's one of their first times playing organized volleyball.
Exactly.
Melissa Walker sends it across, and just about returned. Not sure who sent that one across. It looked like it was Yana Montel, and that one takes a bounce off the back line. That will be inbounds.
Yeah, the correct call by Batchelder over here on the near side. Line judge. Your 30, Grady again.
Donovan. Saved by Brown, and Walker's able to get it across. Well done there by the Warriors, and they're able to get the serve back. I thought that had no chance after the original hit by Donovan, but Brown was able to just about punch it up into the air, and the long bump across from, I cannot remember her name, from Walker. That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure why Melissa Walker's name's slipping my mind tonight. But it's Gardiner to get the serve.
Yeah, unfortunate side out by Nokomis there after Nancy Dauphinet's serve.
Brown.
Noticing Gruber check back in, and perhaps she is just more of a defensive specialist, though you could also say with a potential best of 5, the coach could be using her sparingly now to see how things go and use her later.
Yep. And Gardiner have subbed far more than Nokomis typically do. Nokomis still haven't subbed at all in this first set. And it's interesting, Paula Dauphiné is still on the bench, who usually is a staple in the Warriors starting lineup, but hasn't checked in yet tonight, with Donovan getting the start in her place. This one's set up and sent across. Grozic unable to dig it up.
Yeah, good kill by Folsom, one of the co-captains of this team, or we could say tri-captains, as Alyssa Frith and Rihanna Heath are also listed as captains for the Tigers.
Heath on the serve here. Grozic's able to get underneath that one. Sends it back once again. Gruber sets it up into the net.
Nice reaction by Grozic there. Gets the point, the side out.
Yeah, very, very nice reaction, as that second one came flying right back at her. Barely had time to adjust her hands and sent it right back in one hit. And so it's Mia Gilly, who's been the Warriors' best server so far tonight, and gets the point off her serve. It was Grozic who killed it. And so the Warriors retake the lead, 17-16. Gilly smacks it across. Gruber sets it up. McNeil across. Brown, and now it's Gilly. Gruber, McNeil. Grozic trying to block it. Gilly unable to get her hands on it. And they'll give the kill to Montel. And now Yana Montel steps up to serve. Sends it across. Gilly immediately returns it. Now Brown, Grozic, Brown.
Ooh.
Into the net.
That's the kind of hit. It feels good to get to distribute, but it definitely feels better if you get it over.
Yeah, very, very clean setup there for the Warriors. Brown to Grozic, and then tried to return it, but unable to generate the power over the net that time by Abby Brown. Gilly sets it up. Grozic sends it across. McNeil, and now it's Gruber flicking it over the outstretched arms of Grozic, who now sets it up to Brown. She finds that one, set up in the back. It's got to go across. That one was Heath who got it there. Walker sets it up. Brown, now it's Walker again. And she finds it just to the left of the near side out of bounds line. And so Gardiner find their way to 19 points. Montel again. Brown sends it back across. And nearly blocked by Grozig. Donovan gets it off her finger. And there's the signature Gardiner celebration, which sees them the first to 20 in this match, leading by 3 now.
That kill by Gruber is what you would have expected from her from the start, and so here she is on the front line, and that impact being felt right away.
Quick rotations off the bench for Gardiner, which sees Bertolini come in, another senior on this Tiger squad. Sent across by Brown. That's a nice serve. Gardiner able to return it. Saved by Nancy Dauphiné. Sent across again, and it goes out of bounds. Good rally there from the Warriors. A good kill there by Gardiner, but Nancy Dauphiné was up to the task, and the Warrior squad returns it, so Abby Brown gets another serve. Bumped over by Gruber. Walker sets it up. Donovan sends it across, finds the back line. It's set up by Heath. McNeil, and now across.
Yeah, Folsom getting it over. Abby Brown had the strength, but not the direction.
That back line comes quick when you're trying to generate that much power on a hit. Sometimes finds its way out the back. Nancy Dauphiné over by Grozig. Folsom. McNeil, and now Gruber might have touched the net on her way up there. I'm not sure if it matters when there's not a player contesting or what exactly the rule is there about contact with the net. But either way, it's a timeout here by the Warriors.
Grady getting the kill on that last point, bringing them within 3 of the game or the set. So, yeah, Warriors need to talk that over.
Now we'll take another look at that Grozig block earlier on here in the set. And this is what we've come to expect from the senior. Goes up, says no to Montel at the net. And it'll be interesting. We talked about that Gruber-Grozig matchup, but we haven't seen it a whole lot here in the first set, as Gruber spent a little bit of time on the bench and has come in here at the end of the set and really found her own with a couple of kills and set her teammates up well as well. And so we haven't seen as many matchups at the net, although they both line up here as the middle hitters. So we will see to close out this set. It is Folsom on the serve. Gardiner 3 points away from winning the match. Make that 2 off the outstretched hands of Mia Gilly.
What a zinger there, yeah. Hard to deflect that the proper direction.
And the ace goes to Folsom. Folsom with another one to the back. Dauphiné got her hands on that. It's Brown. It's got to go across. Grozig gets it there. Set up by Bertolini and over by Grady. Now it's Walker and across by Grozig. Set up McNeil. Gruber bumps it over. Now Walker to Donovan. Finding the back. Set up again. It's Grozig sending it back for McNeil's hit. And now McNeil sends it across again. It's Brown and now Walker. And across by Gilly. Digs it up. Set up again by McNeil. And now over by Grady off the fingertips. Now Donovan sends it across. Folsom, McNeil, Gruber's going to get a good shot at this one. Doesn't generate a whole lot of power. It's Walker. And now back across by Brown and out the back. But definitely one of the best rallies that I have watched in girls high school volleyball.
That went on and on. Yeah, both sides getting their 3 hits in. And only the last, basically just the error of hitting it too hard.
And now it's match point here. McNeil pushes it across. Brown is in the area, set up, but Walker pushes it into the net, and that will complete the first set with the Gardiner Lady Tigers taking this one 25-19 in a high action, high intensity first set.
Some great stuff, as usual, on both sides, as we come to expect with varsity volleyball. Some great plays, some hard-hitting serves and kills. And if we see kind of the pattern that's happened with Nokomis volleyball this season, in that the JV and the varsity record just matches, and the matchups seem similar against each team, but the Gardiner varsity squad is coming in at 6-1, as we said before. Have a lot of strong players, and that height for sure, in Gruber especially, and a couple other players as well.
Yeah, and a lot of talented players on both sides of the ball. And we really saw them. Folsom, who we didn't call her name a whole lot early on, but led the team with that final run of serves to close out the set. And, you know, the Warriors didn't give it away easy. Had that rally on the 24th point, but eventually ended up giving that one away. Decent start to the set. It was a bit slow, but both teams had a couple of good runs. Eventually it was the Lady Tigers coming away with the set, but not running away with it. And so I think the Warriors definitely have a chance here in the second set. Riley Donovan does not start here. Instead, it's Paula Dolphin, another senior on the Warriors squad. And what we see is generally the starting lineup for the Warriors, with Paula Dolphin in alongside sister Nancy. And so Folsom will start us off with another serve after closing out the last one. Gilly is able to set it up nicely. Walker bumps it across. Gruber sends it right back. And Paula Dolphin's first hit of the match is into the net. Gardiner go up 1-0. Folsom once again. Brown sets it up nicely over by Nancy Dolphin. Folsom bumps it. McNeil now. Gruber. Nice dig there by Gilly and across by Grozick. Folsom sets it up. McNeil. Gruber again. And it's off the outstretched fingertips of Allie Grozick. Nearly rejected that one, but the kill goes to Gruber, and Gardiner lead 2-0. Folsom continuing the run of good serves. Gilly continuing to return it. Now it's Walker pushing it to the back. Set up now. McNeil pushes across herself. Over by Grozick and blocked by Gruber. I gotta say, saying blocked by Gruber seems eerily familiar to a couple of basketball games I've called myself. But she'll send another one, and this one's blocked by Grozick.
This one goes the Warriors' way. Way to go, Grozick. Yeah. I think we are set up to see a lot of those, especially in their current positions, but throughout the rest of the evening.
Yes, this is what we came here for, Mr. Roach. This is what we talked up pregame. And now Gruber and Grozick really going at it. Set up by Dolphin. Hit across by the other Dolphin. That one was Nancy. Set up by McNeil. And Grady pushes it over. At the net, Walker tips it over Gruber. Sent back across. Brown. Now Walker trying to hit it cross court. Comes up short. So a few exciting rallies. And the Tigers have come out on the better end of most of those. Although the serve now goes into the net from McNeil.
I would imagine she's the daughter of JV coach Scott McNeil of Gardiner.
Tiffany Grover, the varsity coach for Gardiner. Gruber sets it up nicely for Grady. Nancy Dolphin. Now Walker and across by Paula Dolphin to the back corner. Gruber sets up Grady, who's only able to push it across with her palm. And now it's got to go over. It does from Brown. And now Gruber. Nancy Dolphin digs it up. It's got to go over. Dolphin does that. Again, it's Nancy. McNeil. And the whistle blows.
Double hit.
You're the rules expert. Must be. So it's a little bit of a communication here between the Gardiner coaches and the head official. Looks like they're arguing the call a little bit. Referee is explaining it. Stands.
Yeah, point awarded to Nokomis on a double hit by, one of the Gardiner players.
Yeah, seems like a minute ago after that. I think what the officials were explaining is it hit one hand before it hit the other, and that's why it was ruled a double hit. As far as hand motions go, I can read those pretty well. So Grozick sends it across. Folsom, Gruber, and now Grady. Nancy Dauphiné gets it up. Grozick now over by Paula Dauphiné. Blocked by Gruber once again.
Oh, hard to get over that without being taller or hitting it from higher, but that's where you might need to place that softer set that just goes over the block.
Yeah, and unlike most, women's volleyball players, Gruber doesn't just have a couple of fingers over the net. She doesn't just have her palm over the net. She's got a good hand and maybe some forearm well above the net. And so, like you mentioned, it is difficult to get it up over that with any kind of pace on the ball. Gruber throws it up to herself. It's a good serve. Gilly, Gruber into the net. Made it difficult there for Montel. And to the Warrior fans, this will be a good thing. Gruber heading to the bench. Grozick on the serve. Grozick into the net. And so side out Gardiner. Grady on the serve. Gardiner leading 7-4. It's a good serve by Grady. Nancy Dauphiné hits it a bit low, but the Warriors are able to save it, and it's a great hit by Allie Grozick. Didn't have to worry about the arms of Gruber there. Gets good pace on the ball, and Gardiner unable to return it. Sent across off the forearms there of Heath. And once again, Gardiner unable to return it. It's Walker on the serve, who for some reason I couldn't remember his name earlier on. Got it now, Melissa Walker. A solid member of this Nokomis squad, too. Starter in every match that I have seen.
She's a junior, I believe, so she'll be coming back next year.
Coming back to a squad that'll be missing a few players, but still with a solid core and a lot of junior varsity players that are ready to take that leap up for sure. Brown pushes it over. McNeil sets it up across by Montel. Brown, Heath, McNeil, and now flicked over by Montel. Gilly at the net gets the better of Montel, and that's a fourth hit from Gardiner. Well done by Gilly. Muscled it over Yana Montel at the net.
I think she steps her game up from, she still plays some JV and actually had a nice serving run during the JV match today. But she really shows that strength in front of the net now during the varsity match.
Yeah, a couple of freshmen going at it at the net too. Yana Montel, another 9th grader.
Rare misserve by Paula Dauphiné there.
Yeah, and I like to think of Dauphiné as kind of the number 2 hitter in this Warrior lineup as far as serving goes after obviously Abby Brown. Oftentimes the rotation goes Brown and then Dauphiné. Not tonight, but that is a difficult 1-2 punch to deal with if you're an opposing squad. Another player with a solid serve, it's Gilly who sends it across, but Gruber's going to get a shot at this. Brown is able to dig it across by Nancy Dauphiné. McNeil sets it up. Gruber wanted that one and said it was Folsom. And now Brown with a good chance flicks it off the net and over, able to avoid Gruber on that occasion and levels the score at 9 apiece.
Beautiful kill by Abby Brown, and that technique, as we also sometimes see from the Dauphinés or other shorter players, does prove that you don't need the height. It just helps.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Able to generate plenty of power and also get it over the net. Definitely is a little bit easier when you're already above the net and can kind of hit down on it. But A lot of players with quality on this Nokomis squad, short or tall. A squad that's leading by a point right now. And Gruber made contact with the net, which means the point goes to the Warriors, 11-9 now, starting to build a little bit of a lead here with Mia Gilly serving once again. It's a good serve. Bertolini sets it up over from Gruber. Brown at the net, blocked again. Rosick didn't really sense Gruber.
I wonder if she saw the peripheral or not, but that's where a teammate could say, you know, like float it over or something like that. There's probably a shorter command than float it over. But, yeah, you want to go high. You want to get it over the block.
And Gruber's kind of breathing down the neck of Grosick that whole time, lurking, waiting to send it right back. Paula Dauphiné, Gilly gets it to the net to Nancy Dauphiné, but she's unable to scoop it over. So after a good run of serves, Gardiner have retaken the lead. Gilly, and this one's over by Nancy Dauphiné. It's a good hit to the back, set up by Montel. Grady pushes it over. Grosick to Brown, tried to hit it cross court. Hit it a little too hard that time and sends it out of bounds. Folsom smacks it across, and that's an ace.
Ace for Emily Folsom.
I think Paul Dauphiné will be a little bit upset with herself on that one, unable to get anything on it, but nonetheless a solid serve from Folsom. It's a good hit there, over by Nancy Dauphiné, and once again over the far sideline. So Folsom in both sets so far tonight has had a good run of serves. Player with a lot of power. And as I say that, another ace. You mentioned one of the co-captains on this Tiger squad.
Yeah, that's her fifth serve in a row on that run as well, which will continue, of course, after the timeout. Hopefully the Warriors will be able to end it quickly.
And the Warriors started this set a little bit slow. Jumped out to a 4-1 lead, the Tigers did. But not before the Warriors were able to pull things back. And then the Tigers came away with that run of serves and now lead by 5. We'll take another look at one of Gruber's blocks. And we mentioned not sure if Grosick could see Gruber lurking in the peripherals, but she sends it back. And here's a kill from Gruber, or a block by Grosick, rather.
On Gruber, yeah.
On Gruber, but and we'll see Gruber once again blocking Nokomis at the net. Sent Paula Dauphiné right back. And so Grosick's gotten the better of Gruber a couple of times. Brown had a good kill as well. But for the most part, Lizzie Gruber has had her way up front as the middle hitter for the Gardiner Tigers. Another player that's had her way, Folsom. As I say that, she sends the serve out the back. Well played there by Mia Gilly to just watch that one over her shoulder.
Yeah, somewhat ice the kicker with the Warrior timeout there.
And it's not a bad strategy. You kind of get a rhythm going as a server, and to have a timeout, have to wait, think about it a little bit more, oftentimes leads to a mishit serve. Walker going up for the block, left a space in behind her. Brown unable to fill it in time, and immediately Gardiner get the serve back. It's McNeil. Gardiner carrying a 5-point advantage. And another
she finds
ace.
the hole.
And I think what happened there is the Warriors were trying to rotate and get players in the positions they wanted them to a little bit too quickly and were unable to return the serve. Dauphiné, Brown. Walker dives to get it across, does well. McNeil, Heath, Gruber with a chance to kill it. goes for placement instead of power and finds the gap between the two Nokomis lines. Kneale once again to serve. Tries to put Gardiner over 20, and she does with another ace, and all of the momentum in favor of Gardiner here. Nokomis unable to return serves, looking a bit flustered. And speaking of which, Gardiner send it into the net. And so it's going to have to be a good run of serves here for Nancy Dauphiné, with Gardiner just 5 points away from winning the set. Dauphiné elects to let it hit the floor, and so she'll get another shot. Waits for the whistle, and here is the serve. Just over the net. It's a great serve there by Nancy Dauphiné. Grady sets it up for Gruber, who's able to bump it across. Nancy Dauphiné, Mia Gilly over by Grosick, gets some height on it. Set up there, and Gruber once again sent across. Gruber, a little bit of a stumble for it. Grady is able to flick it over. Walker sets it up. Brown across. Folsom. McNeil. Gruber. Dauphiné blocked by Gruber. Nokomis nearly saved it out of the net, but there's not a whole lot you can do about that as Gruber blocks another one, and Montel comes in exchange for Bertolini. Good news for the Warriors, however. Although she is up to serve, Gruber will now be in the back line.
Yeah.
Grosick having a word with the official. We are ready to go. Gardiner at 21, 4 points from the win. Set up by Nancy and Paula Dauphiné combined. And across by Brown, which leads to the Warriors getting the point. And now Gruber comes out. And I think I've figured out the pattern here, Mr. Roach. It looks as though after Gruber serves, she comes out when she's in the back line. Mm-hmm. So Gardiner only using her when she's in the front line of the rotation and to serve. For the Warriors, looks like Wheaton has checked in. Didn't even notice that one. I believe that's the second substitution by the Warriors all game long, and Wheaton's serve goes into the net. So 3 points away from winning the set. Grady steps up to the net, or to the serving line. Sends it across. Brown with a good set. Gilly, and now Brown again gets it over. Set up. Across by Heath. Nancy Dauphiné. Two Warrior players. Eventually it's Brown who gets it. And Paula Dauphiné sends it out of bounds. 23-14. A commanding lead for the Tigers. Looking to go up 2-0. Wheaton sends it high. Walker. Gilly puts it across. Good hit by Gilly to find the gap.
Good finish and the side out for the Warriors, and they certainly need it because they're digging themselves a bit of a hole.
It's going to take something special to pull this one back here if you're the Warriors. Walker gets it over, and it's an ace from Walker. That's a good start. 23-16 now. And going down 2-0 is a difficult mountain to climb. This is a big one here for the Warriors. Heath puts it over. Wheaton with a nice bump. Over by Gilly. Folsom flicked across. Gilly. Brown sets it up for Gilly, who hits the net.
But the ball deflects off the net, but fortunately she did not touch it. And a carry being called on Gardiner there, which stopped them mid-volley.
I believe it was Montel who got called there. Looked to be very frustrated, and it's another ace.
Ace for Walker.
Heath with the miss hit there.
It's the kind of momentum that the Warriors need.
This is huge, trailing by 5 now. Walker, Grady. Across by Heath, unable to generate much power on it. Brown sends it across. It's another point to the Warriors, mounting the comeback now.
She found just the best placement for that shot.
And this is the time to do it with Gruber currently on the bench. Heath across now by McNeil. Brown. Gilly back across. Grady sets it up. McNeil. Folsom. Now it's Dauphiné. Set up by Walker. Paula Dauphiné across. Set up by Grady. McNeil. And now Folsom. Out the back. It's another point for the Warriors, who reached 20 and now trail by just 3 points.
Oh, you saw Walker almost put her hand up and then retract it there. Smart move.
All the momentum in their favor. Heath. Set up now. Folsom's got to get it across. She does. Wheaton. Brown. Gilly hits the net. And that brings an end to the Warriors' run of serves.
Unfortunate there. You noticed one of her hits before as if she purposely made it graze off the net, which, makes it a little harder to detect on the other side.
And it's match point here. Heath on the serve. Brown pushes it across. Heath sets it up. McNeil and across by Montel. It's out the back. And the Warriors, side out Warriors. So
to see another point and what we'll call set point rather than match point so far. They need it. They don't want that 2-0 hole.
This is huge. Warriors still with the momentum. It's a great serve. Grady hits it up. It's a miss hit there out of the back. They're able to get it across. Gardiner are. And that is very unlucky if you're the Warriors. And so that'll finish the second set. The Warriors' comeback efforts are brought to a halt just about. Trailed by as many as 9 in that set, 23-14. But we're able to pull it back within 3. Just unable to finish the effort. And so Gardiner win the second set 25-21 and take a 2-0 lead in the match.
That's unfortunate, but I definitely did see the Warrior chemistry and teamwork start to come together, especially during Melissa Walker's run of serves there. So hopefully that type of momentum will continue and they'll be able to turn it around in set 3.
The Warriors did not give up, like you mentioned. Kept fighting, even down 9 when it looked grim. Nearly had the massive comeback, dug themselves a big hole. And it'll be interesting here in the third set, where typically we see the Warriors do a lot of subbing. If they'll do the same where they're down 2 sets.
We'd like to pause now to give you our sponsors, A.E. Robinson Oil Company at 60 Newport Road in Corinna, 278-4626. And Casa Cattle Farm Store at 207-249-2191. Get yourself some fresh beef, pork, lamb, chicken, or eggs at 141 Nokomis Road in Corinna. NWB also brought to you by Palmyra Golf Course and Campground at 147 Lang Hill Road in Palmyra, Maine. Call them at 207-938-4947. Set up your tee time. Also,
I'll take this one, Coach Roach. Nor'easter game calls. Get them in close. Contact Mark Buzzle for your custom game call needs or nor'eastergamecalls.com on Instagram and Facebook as well. Sorry, I cut you off there, Coach Roach. I am very passionate there about those Nor'easter game calls. Quality calls made by Warrior Broadcasting student himself, Ethan Buber, among others. And a very good company there if you're looking to get into hunting or if you're already into hunting.
It's a great shout-out to Ethan, who often works as a cameraman for NWB. And, whether you want ducks or bucks or anything in between.
Absolutely. Quite the company there coming up. And thank you as well to the other Warrior Broadcasting sponsors. Looks like we are just about ready to get underway for the third set of volleyball action. And I mentioned the subbing. It looks like there is one substitution, and it's Riley Donovan in for Paula Dauphiné, who did not start the game. Donovan started the game. And that is a good start for your Warriors. Abby Brown on the serve.
Her first ace of the contest.
Interestingly enough, in the third set, we often see getting good runs of serves. Montel gets it across. Diving save by Gilly.
Great dig.
Set up now Crossed by Walker. Montel. Gruber's going to get a shot at this one. It's a kill. Not hitting the floor, though. Gilly back over by Grozick. McNeil. And now Folsom gets a shot to the back. Finds a little bit too much power. And a great start here by the Warriors. Gilly with that dig you mentioned. Sounded a little bit painful. I'm not sure if she hit those knee pads or if she kind of scun up the floor a bit.
Ace number 2 for Abby Brown.
A 3-0 lead for the Warriors. We've mentioned this before, but those knee pads only do so much. That hard floor has got to hurt. Dig set up.
Sullivan saving it.
Yeah, nearly able to get it across. Nancy Dauphiné trying to get a bit too much on it.
Over-rotated the shoulders there.
Okay. It's a good original hit, though, off the Gruber spike. So
Oof.
The Tigers are on the board. They now have 2.
Another scorcher by Emily Folsom.
And it's interesting. Folsom generates so much power without doing the jump serve technique. Just steps into it and smacks it across. It's another good one. This one takes a tip off the net, and that one was going to be very difficult for anyone to return.
Yeah, that's if you're at the net already, as I think Grozick was on that one, like you'd want to put up some hands to try and block, but otherwise start a little farther back and have some time to react.
Gruber!
There's the big kill.
Excited about that one, and rightfully so. Great kill there by Gruber, and you can see the energy, although no fans in attendance. You can feel the energy from that Gardiner bench. Getting excited as they are now 1 set away from winning the match. Gilly to Brown. Gilly just about gets it over. McNeil, and now Gruber finds the gap well. Gruber again sends it back, and the signature bow and arrow celebration.
She's having fun doing what she can do.
Absolutely, and it just looks so effortless for her at the net, generating so much power on those spikes. Walker, Donovan, and Brown combined to get it across. Not sure who made contact there. And Gruber spikes it once again into the back left corner. And Gardiner are getting all of the momentum, similar to what we saw there in that second set.
Several strong kills just in this set alone.
Folsom again to serve as well. That is quite the combination. And it's very similar to what the Warriors have with Grozick and Brown. A middle hitter that is great at the net and a player that can serve very well in Brown and Folsom as well. But it looks like Gardiner's duo have gotten the better so far tonight, although there's Grozick off the set from Brown. And now Gruber gets it to Montel, who finds the floor in front of the net, so it will be side-out Warriors. And into the game comes senior Erin Bean. Her first action of the match, and she'll come in to serve in place of another senior, Riley Donovan. And Bean's serve is over. Grady sets it up. Gruber back to Grady. Nancy Dauphiné, Gilly. It's got to go over. Grozick gets it across. Folsom. McNeil pushes it over herself. Gruber is getting ready to kill that one. Didn't get to it. Set up by Gruber now. Over by Grady. Now it's set up, and Grozick again at the net. Grozick going up for the block. Bean with a nice dig. Walker gets it across. McNeil, again it's Gruber. Might have taken a flick off the fingertips of Grozick. I'm going to say it didn't since they only get 3 hits. Grozick gets it across, and now Gruber. Brown gets it. It's across. Well done there by Walker. Grady tips it over. Walker finds the back row. It's Heath. And now Gruber again. Bean unable to get it. Laying out for that effort.
Love the fearlessness on a couple of her digs in that rally.
Yeah, Bean has come in and immediately made an impact. Good dig there. Nearly had another one laying out for that. A lot of effort from the senior. McNeil, another player who has had a couple good runs as serves for the Tigers. Coming right off the back of Folsom's run. And as I say that, puts it into the net. So after all that, only a 4-point advantage for the Tigers. Interestingly, Grozic will head to the bench and get her first break of the night. Wheaton comes in, and Wheaton serve into the net. So the Warriors return the favor, and now Gruber is going to get up to serve, which means after she's done with her serves, she will most likely be heading to the bench. Gruber sends it across and out the back, and there is the substitution. Frith, another senior, comes in. And this is where the Warriors took advantage in that second set. Melissa Walker stepped up to serve, nearly was able to lead the Warriors to a 9-point comeback. And more of the same here.
Yeah, it was a strong serve, and Gardiner did get all 3 hits on it, but unable to return it.
So Walker once again. And does not replicate it with that serve, which means Grady will get up to the serving line for the Tigers. Grady's hit. Gilly over by Nancy Dolphine. A beautiful hit over the head between the front and back lines. So another substitution. Aaron Bean, after a short time in the match, heads back to the bench. Had a good little run there. Served. A couple of digs from the outside hitter position. And now heads back to the bench in exchange for Donovan. Into the net there by Walker. And Heath coming up to serve for the Tigers. Donovan sets it up at the net. Brown wins the battle there. Abby Brown a bit undersized to be playing at the net. Doesn't matter. Gets it across for the Warriors, who now trail by 3. And Grozic wasn't on the bench long. She comes right back into the match.
Right in that outside hitter position.
I think she'll rotate to the middle hitter, usually is what they do. Yep, and she does. McNeil sets it up. Montel over. Brown. Donovan gets it across. Heath mishits it.
And the kill for Donovan.
And now it's just a 2-point advantage with Mia Gilly stepping up to serve. Gilly's serve is a good one. Heath digs it up this time. Montel, a little bit too much on it. And now the Gardiner lead has dwindled to just a point. Gilly once again puts it over, finds Heath. McNeil sends it across in just 2 hits. And it's interesting, I almost think the Warriors were kind of waiting for that to get set up to Montel, but instead it was hit directly across by McNeil and found the gap.
Bit of a change up there, right?
Yeah, caught the Warriors sleeping, and into the game comes Lizzie Gruber. And that one goes into the net. Walker unable to lift it over. And this is where the Tigers typically take full control of the match. Gilly mishandles the serve. So Montel gonna do it again, the freshman. Puts it over. Brown sets it up. Donovan and Walker both there. Looks like a double hit on Gardiner. It is. Maybe contact with the net. Something was wrong there. Either way, Side out Warriors. And here we go. Abby Brown, who unfortunately hasn't had a whole lot of an impact from the serving line tonight, will look to change the game. Grozick sets it up. And double hit, I believe, is the call.
That's unfortunate with a decent serve by Abby Brown.
There's a good return there by Gardiner. And to the Warriors goes the serve off a hit out of the back by Folsom, just barely. Aaron Bean comes in again, serving in place of Riley Donovan, who heads to the bench. Bean serve, gets across, Folsom digs it, Gruber sets it, over by Grady. Gilly, now it's Brown for the Warriors, over by Grozick. Found the gap well. Gardiner able to return it off the net. Gruber punched it across. Over now by Grozick, flings it up over the top of Gruber. And Gruber's bump over her head, over the Warriors' front line, and into the ground for side out Gardiner, which now lands them at 17 points, leading by 4. And the serve in their favor, McNeil. Bean gets a hit. Brown, it's got to go over from Grozick. She does so. Well done there by the Warriors. Heath sets it up for Gruber over the arms of Grozick. Gruber sends it back again. Walker to Brown, who pushes it across. McNeil, now Heath to Gruber. Well done there by Gruber, finding the gap. Gruber, a player that's able to get a good mix of spikes, and she's able to just kind of flick it up over the arms of the oncoming Warrior hitter as well, and kind of find gaps. So she's not a player that's just going to drive it down your throat the whole game. Finds the gaps as well. That makes her very dangerous as a middle hitter for that Tiger team, which is currently in the lead by 5 points. Warriors calling the timeout here. Just 7 points away from the win if you're Gardiner, which would be their 7th win of the season. And we mentioned the Warriors looking to stay above 500. Would drop to 4-4 if this one holds true for the rest of the way.
Yeah, this could be a turning point right here. If we can get another quick side out and hopefully bring things back the Warriors' way, as they were starting to do in the second set, getting some momentum during Walker's run of serves.
And Gruber will be serving.
Hits that out-of-bounds antenna.
Yes, and so looks like it goes to the Warriors. But like I was going to say, it looks like on the next Gardiner point, I believe Gruber will be serving. Could be wrong. But if she is, that is good news for the Warriors.
Nice strong serve by Wheaton, and let's see if she can maybe get a run of her own going.
Once again, it's Wheaton. Finds the arms of Folsom. McNeil. Gruber gets it over. Brown, nice and easy set there. Walker, Brown with the long hit. Set up there by Gruber. Finding the floor. It was set up by Bertolini. And it is indeed Gruber who steps up to serve, which means if the Warriors can return this, Gruber will be on the bench for a couple of sets, or a couple of serves, I should say. But returning the serve is easier said than done, as it's a point there for the Tigers. Gruber will get another shot at it. Gardiner reaches 20 for the third consecutive set. Bean, Gilly, nice push over there by Brown, and it leads to the side out Warriors. which is huge because that means Gruber heads to the bench. And once again, Alyssa Frith comes in to play the middle back position. McNeil sent across by Frith, freshly into the game. Brown with a little spinning hit.
What a dig that was by Walker, but yeah, unfortunately a little too hard for Brown to get over.
It was well done by Brown to kind of adjust her body, contorted herself around, but was unable to find the floor inbounds. Nancy Dauphiné sends that one over. Well done there. Folsom. Her set is a bit tough for the oncoming Gardiner players. It was Heath and Montel both going for it, and neither able to push it over the net. Side out Warriors with Nancy Dauphiné stepping up to serve, trailing by 4 points. Warriors have stayed in this one, although Gardiner have been in control. Haven't let it get too far away. And with Gruber on the bench, now is the time to make that comeback. Montel pushes it into the net, and that could be a start.
The point got a kind of unassuming hit by Donovan, but difficult one to make, and good thing she did. It's a point for the Warriors.
Nancy Dauphiné, set up by Grady. Heath, well done there to get it across. Walker, a little bit of a miss hit, doesn't matter. The Warriors return it. Grady, McNeil across. Now Grozick to Brown, and now Donovan with a great hit to the back line over the head of a couple of Gardiner players. And the Warriors are getting into this one. You can hear the bench cheering them on. Nancy Dauphiné with the serve. Folsom hits it from out of bounds. Pushed across, out of bounds. Point to the Warriors, who trail by just 1. And the Warriors have to pull this one off. Backs against the wall. Dauphiné gets it across once again. And Frith sets it up. Nobody home. And it is even at 21 apiece.
Miscommunication between Heath and Montel on that. Here we go.
Dauphiné continues the good run. Nearly had an ace. McNeil puts it across. Dauphiné, Grozick out of the middle back position. Just narrowly misses that one. And into the game will be Paula Dauphiné in exchange for her sister Nancy. Maybe. And there we go. She is in. Heath steps up to serve. Has struggled a little bit serving the ball so far tonight, Heath has. Gets this one over. Gilly, a little bit of a mishit. Donovan. Brown's able to get it across. Well done there. Frith sets it up. McNeil set up. Gilly, diving save by Brown, but a miscommunication with about 4 Warrior players going for it.
What a dig, and then everyone kind of got discombobulated.
So Heath, once again, just to put this one to match point. She does.
Indeed, this time it is set point and match point. Whoa.
Heath puts it across. Paula Dauphiné hits it. Grozick saves it. Brown gets it across. And the Nokomis hold on for now. McNeil, Folsom. And it was a point to the Warriors, side out Warriors. And with their backs against the wall and the ball nearly against the wall, the Warriors return it, get the serve back, and now are 3 points shy, but can't give anything away. Gilly gets the ace. 23-24 now. The Warriors just 2 points shy. Both benches into it now. It is getting loud in the Warrior gym. Gilly's serve. It's another ace by Gilly.
Beautiful serve. Bringing them tied, and in volleyball they will have to win by 2, so they'll need 2 more to pull out the win. I say let's get them right now.
Yeah, I say so too. All the momentum in favor of your very own Lady Warriors. Mia Gilly on the serve, sends it across, hit up by Frith. McNeil over, Donovan. Grozick hits it across, Frith again. McNeil's got to get it over, she does. Gilly with a diving dig, Brown, Grozick with a chance to spike it. Set up, it's going to be tough. It's across, but not in bounds. And the Warriors reach 25 for the first time tonight, but that's
Game
not
point,
enough.
Warriors, yes.
That is not enough to win it. Not enough yet. It's Mia Gilly. Set point. And it's an ace to finish the set. The Warriors pull off the comeback in the third set.
Teammates come running off the bench for congratulating Mia Gilly there. A great serve run to really just 4 serves, but included 3 aces.
That is some clutch time serves there from the freshman. Able to pull off, like you said, only 4 serves, but it feels like more than that when your back is against the wall, a point away from winning it. And so that concludes the third set. 26-24 is the final. And so Gardiner still leading 2-1, but you got to think that the Warriors have a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence coming out of that set.
You saw it kind of in the second half of the second set, the Warriors starting to congeal and just come together, start cooperating better on the floor, and then the momentum continued that way. I mean, not the whole third set, but again, in the second half of that third set, start bringing it and getting some more consistent serves and just like teamwork on the floor. So it's looking good to hopefully tie up the match in this fourth set.
And the key to the game here for me is take advantage when Gruber heads to the bench. It's difficult when she's that middle hitter, but once she goes to the back line, once she's done serving and she's out of the game, that's when we've seen the Warriors really exploit Gardiner's back line. And other than Folsom, the Tigers don't have a whole lot of great hitters in that back line. They don't have a solid middle hitter, and they really don't have a libero either. And so I think that's the time where the Warriors have to take advantage. We saw it there in the third set. You'd like to see it not come down to the wire like that. Maybe a little bit of a cleaner win, but the Warriors will take them however they can get them at this point in time. And so leading 2-1, Gardiner will start off with a serve. Folsom, player who has had multiple good runs of serves, multiple aces.
This is where we'll start to see the stamina come into play.
For sure.
The fourth set.
Yeah, and the Warriors unable to sub like they typically do in that third set. They had to keep a lot of the starters out there. Unlike Gardiner, who have had pretty set rotation. But we start off with an ace from Folsom into that back right corner. Gilly digs it into the official. And Gardiner jump out to a 2-0 lead.
You know, in soccer, the officials are in fair play, but not in volleyball.
Unfortunately. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Woof, that was right on the line. Yes. 3 aces in a row starting this fourth set out.
Folsom, so much power. A lot of velocity. Hits it across into the net. Brown is able to get it off the net. Whistle goes. Point Warriors.
A great dig there, and Gruber was over the net on that.
Wow, that was an incredible dig. Not only did it have a lot of velocity on it, but also took a little nick off the net on the way. And kind of reminiscent of, baseball, where it takes a flick off the bat and the catcher still gets it. Took a flick off the net. Brown still hit it across. Gruber spikes it. It was well done there by Gilly to dig it up, but the Warriors unable to return it. And McNeil steps up to serve with her team in the lead 4-1. McNeil's serve is not a great one. Nancy Dauphiné to serve for the Warriors, trailing by 2. Dauphine's serve into the arms of Grady. Grady off the set from Gruber. Walker kind of mishits that one. Off the ceiling, Nancy Dauphin is able to get a hit. Punched over by Grozick. Heath sets it up. Gruber sends it across. Gilly digs it up again, and Grozick finds the floor this time. Punches it to the far sideline, inbounds, and it's a point for the Warriors.
Much needed kill for the Warriors.
And Gilly has done so well in that middle hitter position. Has gotten dig after dig on those spikes from Gruber.
Also, first time we've seen a successful play off something on the ceiling for the Warriors.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was well done by Nancy Dauphin to keep her eye on that ball and set it up. Paula and Nancy Dauphin both going for it. And the result is a side-out Gardiner. But that does mean that Gruber steps up to serve. So following the end of her serving run, she will head to the bench again, most likely. Gruber's serve gets across with not a whole lot of power, a bit of a looping serve. Walker pushes it across. Grady sets it up. It's a tough one there. Montel hits it into the net. Might have saw Grozick in the peripherals there.
Side out Warriors.
And this is interesting. Kate Myers trying to give Grozick a little bit of a rest while Gruber is on the bench. And not a bad decision there. You're able to get one of your better players some rest. Well, the competition may not be quite as great out there. Seeing as Gruber's on the bench. Walker off the net and across. And that ties us up at 5.
Yeah, a strong set, like almost purposely into the top of the net to get that deflection.
And it's so difficult after that kind of change of direction off the net to return the ball after that. We see it a couple of times, but generally.
Gives it a little extra topspin, too.
Yeah. So Wheaton with the serve. That is not returned. And the Warriors take the lead, 6-5. First lead of the set for the Warriors. Crossed by McNeil. Paula Dauphin hits it up. Gilly gets it over. Well done there. Frith. McNeil. Spiked by Grady. Across by Brown. Frith. To Heath. And across by Montel. Gilly puts it back for Nokomis. McNeil sets it up. Grady hits it into the net, but it finds its way across. And there is 6 points.
I was going to say, on that long volley, like it looked like the Warriors are definitely clicking in, as we started to notice at the end of the last set. That's good news, despite that little lapse.
Yeah, absolutely. With the star player for the Tigers currently sitting on the far side bleachers. Wheaton gets her hands to it. Gilly sets it up. Brown thought about pushing it across. Instead spikes it across. But Gilly's bump finds its way into the net. And the Tigers, without Lizzie Gruber on the floor, are building a little bit of a lead here. Walker sets it up. Gilly, Wheaton pushes it over. Heath. And now Montel off the hand of Gilly. That's going to be a 4th hit by Wheaton. Unlucky. I think the Warriors are a bit confused there, but it was a 4th hit.
Yeah, maybe thinking that the first one was considered a block, but it wasn't, really close enough to the net. It wasn't that much of a deflection from a block. It was a real hit.
So a bit unlucky there if you're the Warriors. And once again, unlucky. Nancy Dauphin hit it up. Wheaton and Brown both looking at each other.
Just when I said they were clicking. Whoops.
Yeah. Well, that could turn the tide here, though. Grozick comes in to play the middle back position. And Grady serves for Gardiner. Grozick, well done by Gilly, tips it across. Looked like it was finding its way out of bounds, but Folsom got a fingernail on it just about.
Oof. Yeah, good tip over as well.
Walker to serve now, trailing by 3. And she has really led the way for the Warriors as far as serving goes She's had the luxury of having Gruber on the bench during the majority of her serves as well. Brown puts it over. Grady digs it up. Heath, and now across by Montel, and she will get the kill into that back right corner. And so Heath steps up to serve for the Tigers. This will be the last chance for the Warriors before Gruber comes back into the match. That one gets across, and once again, Folsom mishits it. A bit unlucky there for Gardiner, but that sends Paul Dauphiné back to serve. Still trailing by 3, 11-8. Paula Dauphiné, a little bit of a jump serve, gets across. McNeil. Frith pushes it high and across. Brown sets it up. Gilly puts it across. Cross-court hit. Heath gets it. Lays out for it. Grozick. Brown pushes it across. I thought she was going to set another Warrior player, but that would have been 4 hits if she had. Either way, the rally continues. Folsom across by Montel. Now Gilly takes a deflection off Montel. Montel puts it into the net now after Heath set her up a bit too close to the net. And that is a big point there for Nokomis. So it keeps Gruber out of the game, and it keeps Dauphiné up to serve. Dauphiné, good power behind that one. Grady, the middle back, digs it up. Tigers looking for the point there. Thought it might have just about nudged the line.
That seemed really close to the line. We don't have a camera down that line, or not pointing straight down.
It's interesting. I talked about it before. A little bit of home court bias with the line judges being Warrior junior varsity players.
Could be. I'd like to stick with the fact that it's just such a quick reaction. They have to react honestly. But however slight advantage it may be, it's reversed when they're on the road.
Absolutely, and it's kind of interesting if that plays a factor, or plays a role, I should say. But the Warriors lost away to Messalonski earlier on in the season, and then won at home. So, maybe a slight advantage, but an advantage nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're all looking forward to this fall and beyond when we can go back to normal and have the real home court and home field advantage with all of our screaming Warrior fans.
For sure. And Warrior volleyball, kind of a new thing here at the school, but definitely something that I think a lot of fans could get into. Maybe create, a volleyball student section similar to the basketball games. Very high action, high intensity game. And, I haven't witnessed volleyball with fans, but, I would imagine it's quite the atmosphere.
Oh, certainly. Recently saw a bit of a college women's volleyball matchup between, I think it was Ohio State and Purdue. It's certainly a different level where, they have a bunch of Grubers and Grozicks, if you will. A lot of height, a lot of spikes down, but then also a lot of blocks, quick play. And for the, small capacity that they were allowed of a crowd at that match, you could definitely see and feel and hear even a small amount of audience there. So timeout.
And I've talked about this in basketball broadcasts before, but just the small nature of this Nokomis gym in comparison to the old school, it's something that a lot of people aren't very happy about. But at the same time, it allows for quite the atmosphere here in the gym. I'd have to imagine with basketball and obviously now volleyball games. It's very loud in here. Sound bounces off the cement walls, and you're able to create quite the atmosphere here.
Yeah, adding to the atmosphere today are some of those lovely posters, probably made up by their teammates for each senior who's playing their last regular season game on the home floor. As we just got a good close-up of that for you during that timeout.
And, Mr. Roach, I have to say, if I'm honest, I'm not supposed to pick favorites here, but I do think that Nancy and Paula Dauphiné have the best posters out there.
I feel like they might have drawn each other's. I don't know.
Yeah, they are very nice and very, very, a lot of work put into them, fitting to their, academic style. Oftentimes a little bit of perfectionists. I'm sure they put a lot of work into those posters. And
Definitely. As they've recently put together an amazing science fair project on types of fungus that can break down plastics. I'm like, is this college? Oh, it's high school. But
yeah.
they're good and ready for their college careers.
Absolutely, for sure. Way beyond my pay grade, so to speak. And that was quite the hit there. The rally continues off the fist of Gruber. Side out Nokomis. Kind of talked over it, but wow, that was a great rally. Grozic punched it across. Nearly fell the Gardiner way, but instead, Warriors return it. It's the outstretched arm of Gruber. And Grozic going up for the block. Was a little bit too far off the net that time. 17-12. Tiger advantage. Folsom up to serve. Dauphiné to Brown. Walker bumps it across. Folsom sets it up. McNeil to Gruber. Grozic returns the favor that time. Side out Warriors. And stepping up to serve is Abby Brown. Trailing by 4. Brown picks out the middle hitter. Cross now. Gilly set up and a cross by Nancy Dauphiné. McNeil, and now over by Grady. Gilly, Walker, sent across by Brown with a bit too much pace, and out the back. 18-13. Warriors unable to take advantage of Brown serves. Walker digs it up. Mistimed there by Brown.
Warriors were in just about this spot last set and were able to come out and pull out the win.
We'll see if they can play with their backs against the wall again. Gruber, one rotation away from being up to serve again, so that could be helpful, but the Warriors need to get there first. It's a kill for Gruber. Gardiner once again reached 20. And it's often, we did see it in the last set, but it's kind of rare to see the team that reaches 21st not win the set.
Mm-hmm.
And typically you have a lot of momentum when you reach 20. And if you reach 20, you're typically having a good set so far. So we'll see if that holds true. That one goes into the net, and Gruber's up to serve. 4 points shy, and I think this is exactly the same situation we were in there in the third set.
Deja vu all over again.
Yeah, Gruber did put up 2 points off her serves in there that set. Brown puts it across. Folsom. McNeil. Grady across. Dauphiné to Dauphiné. Over by Grozic. Gruber bumps it up. McNeil. Grady blocked by Grozic. Grady saves it though. McNeil pushes it across. It's Brown to Walker who gets it over. McNeil sets it up to Heath. And now Montel across. Walker close to the net. Grozic's forced to just hit it over, and Gardiner return it, but off the near side sideline. And Gruber checks out for Frith. And at the same time, Wheaton comes in for Grozic. Wheaton, who had a couple of good serves there in that third set to spark the Warrior comeback. She's going to need to do the same thing here. Heath across. Walker swings and misses.
I think a little deflection off the net just throws you off a bit.
So 22-15. Grady up to serve, 3 points shy of winning the set and winning the match as well. Grady Sends it across. Nancy Dauphiné. Brown. Over by Gilly to the back. Grady just about gets her fingers on it. Frith. McNeil is able to return it. Well done by the Tigers. Walker puts it across. Cross-court hit. And that one finds the floor after Heath tried to set up Montel. Overhit the bump. And this is where it gets done. Melissa Walker on the serve. Sparked the Warrior comeback in the last set.
Ace.
Starts us off with an ace.
The helpful place.
Walker again. It's another good serve. Grady sets it up. Heath is able to get it across, but she gets it out of bounds. 18-22 now. Tigers still in front by just 4. Might be watching this one slip away just as the last set did. Walker. Grady with a good bump there. Heath into the net.
Welcome to the net.
Got a bit too close. Another one of those shorter players trying to get up above it. It's getting loud in here now. Walker sends it across. Tough one for Grady. Off the near side. Out of bounds. 22-20 now. And Gardiner are forced to use I believe their first time out of the match. And so they will have a minute to figure things out here as the Warriors are trying to win the 4th set in a similar fashion to the way they won the 3rd.
Yeah, Coach Myers will want to keep the momentum going for the Warriors as Coach Grover is discussing with her team probably a way to end it, but hope springs eternal that the Warriors will be able to spring back.
And you kind of got to hope here that Melissa Walker is able to continue her serving form out of the timeout. Got to clutch up here if you're Nokomis. Strong lineup out there, although Grozick still on the bench with Wheaton in the game. Gruber also on the bench. Heath off the net and across. Brown sets up Paula Dauphiné. Nearly found the gap, but did enough. Frith hit it into the net, and it's 22-21. Gruber comes in on the back line for the first time in exchange for Frith, who just had that miss hit. We'll see how that works. It's kind of interesting because I think Gruber has a hard time getting down for those low drives across. That took a hit off Folsom. Whistle goes early.
Yeah, unfortunately, Abby Brown found herself in the net and across the middle line after that valiant attempt.
Heath, who struggled on serves tonight, gets this across. Gardiner 2 points away from the win. Set up by Grady. McNeil. Folsom across. Well done by Walker. Wheaton puts it into the net.
That's unfortunate. She had it lined up. Just
match point. Set point. And Grozick comes in to play middle back. She'll start on the outside. Heath gets it over the net. Brown sets it up. Backs against the wall. Brown gets it across.
What can Brown do for you?
Side out Warriors.
Great delivery right there.
Wow. Back-to-back sets have been nail biters. Paula Dauphiné got to keep it composed here. 24-23. Nokomis needs at least 2 to continue this one. It's an ace for Paula Dauphiné. 23-24 now.
See recent history repeating itself here.
Yeah, this is eerily similar to that third match, third set. This is huge. Gruber in the game on the back line. Finds Grady. McNeil. Folsom to end it. Off the hand of Paula Dauphiné.
Oh.
And that's how senior night finishes. The Tigers just about pull it out here in the 4th set and win it 3-1. 25-23 is the final here from the 4th set. But what a match that was. Great play from both sides. And, we started off in the first set. Gardiner looked dominated. It looked dominating. Is that how you say it?
That's the proper term.
Is it? All right. Looked dominating. 25-19. Win the first set. More of the same there in the second. Warriors put up a little bit more of a fight. 25-21. Then we get to the third set, and that was a comeback for the Warriors. Trailed by as many as 9. Pulled it all the way back and ended up winning 26-24, winning by 2. Thought we were going to see the same thing here in the fourth set, but just fell short of the comeback, 25-23, and that's how it finishes here on senior night. 3-1, Gardiner win it. Any last thoughts there, Mr. Roach?
A valiant effort especially in that third and fourth set by the Warriors. I think they had a lot of heart in it, and as we mentioned, some of the earlier discombobulation, if you will, which thankfully we haven't seen a lot of this season, but they overcame that to really come together and play as a team, as we've seen in some of the earlier matches that they won at home. So we look forward to good things. They have 2 matches to go this season, and we don't know, but we might get to see some playoff action at home. We'll let you know somehow. Just check the RS United YouTube channel.
Yeah, we'll definitely hope to see these Lady Warriors battle it out in the possibility of a home playoff match. So your Lady Warriors will drop to 4-4. The visiting Gardiner Tigers will advance to 7-1 on the season and continue what has been an incredible season for the Tigers. Warriors put up a fight tonight, but fell short in the end. Thank you for watching Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. It's been Ryan Bell and Nathan Roach on the cameras, or on the announcing, not the cameras, and Matt Brown on the directing. No one on the cameras tonight, actually.
Except for a little bit of great camera work by Matt Brown. But, otherwise they were running themselves.
Yeah, that will be all from us tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting.